Good. Oh, shoot. It's not morning anymore. It's about 15 minutes into the afternoon here, so good afternoon. Switch. Is my volume? It is on. And I have a coconut today. I've spotlighted her, although I could probably unspotlight her and she'd be fine. I don't know. I kind of think she thinks that the spotlight is keeping her warm, even though it's the heating pad and also my heater. But anything to enhance the illusion that she needs to stay in order to be cozy. I also put her toy on there. I think I don't need that light. He says, "You took my light away. You better be vigilant about my heater." Okay, I'm doing a 3, 2, 1. And I need to open, gosh, when was the last Cooking with Momo and Coco comic I did? That's been a while. Go in here. And that's gonna be like, what was the last Cooking with Momo and Coco? It was the strawberries, frozen berries. They ran out of fresh because the flu saved them all. Oh shoot, when was that? Pivot. It was Pivot. That's what it was. Pivot fresh to frozen. The thing would finish updating. I could search Pivot. Pivot. There we go. Pivot. That's where it is. I'm pretty sure, gosh, more than a year ago. I really haven't done, I guess. And if I do this, I can just grab and copy over. I'm pretty certain that this is the last one. Is it really? Is it really? I think it is. I don't think there's an episode 8. This is episode 8. I don't believe there was a cooking episode in volume 6, but I will check. That may have been the cooking episode in volume 6. I'm pretty certain. There it is, Pivot. Yep, that was it. I would have put them together. All right, so we're getting in episode 8 today, and I'm going to change that cover. This is too thick. Hopefully, the other cover will be fine. All right. This. Really? Okay. going to be the first one, and I'm going to put my beard underneath. There we go. Really? I think these are going to be silent frames, so I don't really need to stress all that much about space in between my frames. I'm only going to have this is going to be interesting because this is going to be a 3-panel. I'm going to have Coconut speaking in this frame, and then the overlay, the text block is going to jump to this one and jump to this one. And then these two are silent. Yeah, I can just create a seamless swipe for the Instagram version. That shouldn't be hard. I'll just connect. I'll just be sure that I connect the frames appropriately. It might be a little difficult, but I think it'll be okay. And the problem is going to arise often, actually. I can connect it here, but I might have to do it differently because the first panel will have the title on there and the next panels will be larger. Maybe I could just have a separate speech bubble for those and have 2 and 3 connecting and have the little tail pointing out of the frame. I think that's what I'll do because she's in frame on 1. That'll make sense. And then on 2 and 3, she's going to be off frame. So I can establish that with the speech bubble tail pointing off screen and then connecting on 2 and 3 as I want to originally do it. I think I'll keep that consistent in this as well, on this version too. So what I have on this comic is, it's a little bit of a parody on Great British Bake Off, the showstopper round. So I have Coco and Momo. They start off with doing the on your marks, get set, bake. And then the floofs bake and they produce something that literally stops them in their tracks. It's just a mess. And then we cut to Granny Bear and Boop, and Granny Bear confirms that it was indeed a showstopper and they should at least get marks for that. So that is what will be done today. And let's get to it. Is it on your marks, get set, bake? I think it is. Yeah, it's on your marks, get set, bake. Biggest bake-off controversies. Ooh. I kind of want to read this. I think I'm aware of most of these scandals. I've watched pretty much all of the what's available. I remember Ian's Baked Alaska. He didn't put it in the trash. Yeah, and he didn't even present it. I remember that one. I remember his favoritism on Ruby too. That one I remember the original host switched out. Almost finalized line art here. All right, so let's get this. I've got my rough sketch out, and let me take I'm gonna do some video as I progress today, because I want to do this is how I process for creating a webcomic short or reel or whatever. Seven seconds, that's about enough. Hey Sharon! Happy Thursday to you too. She is getting indeed all cozy. I actually got lucky because she was looking for something warm. I think Tuxie either kicked her off or she got tired of squishing him. And she came out here, and I got her on the heating pad, and I also had the lamp on because I think she thinks the lamp is also a source of heat, but it's just not. It's an LED and there's just no heat. But I mean, she's kind of funny like that. So she got on there and she's now toasting and very happy. I think Happy, yeah, he is kind of supporting. He's doing his job. So today we're going to have a new episode of the Cooking with Momo and Coco, and it's going to be a GBBO parody, or tribute rather, I guess you can say. I'm not really sure why I haven't done this before. It kind of is a no-brainer. This would be good content for their live stream. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna have baby Kraken kind of poking at the creation, but I think he'll be clinging to Momo for protection. I think he'll be right over here. I've got to remember to add him in. I wanted to have both floofs presenting their creation, so I drew that one in here where originally the Kraken would be. There we go. Those are ready. Let's grab these two. Right, and now all of my frames are ready. All right, here we go. Come on, right there. Let's save first. I had to go back and double check that episode 7 was the last one, and it was. But yeah, like damn, this was in March of 24, so I haven't done a live stream with Momo and Coco in over a year. I think I'll just leave the live stream cam here. go. I'll have to erase her tail over here. I just want to get the pieces in place. And I may make her a little bit smaller to make sure Momo has enough room over here as well. Go ahead and group Coco there. Oops. I think that's all right, but it's like not the best. All right, let's see if I can fix it. Yeah, that's a much gentler, better. Even though half of her head's gonna be erased anyway. Gotta get the basic shape right, because then nothing else is gonna fall together. Really, Miss Bean? Really? Was that stretch totally necessary? This is absolutely. It was 100% necessary. Thank you very much. Now leave me alone. Oh no! Another one! Really? I gotta get some of that belly. That's big belly energy right there. Belly. And I love how she's like mostly off of the heating pad, and then her foot is like this. It looks a lot funnier from my angle, but it's like kind of locked out, like she's pointing to the water dish. I don't need this because it's going to be hidden behind coconut, but I want to make sure that she's complete just in case I want to move things around. I was working on, let me open up that file actually and show you the designs I was working on. I showed the large cups last stream, and I was putting together my designs for that. I wanted to do separate ones that some really popular of the regular mugs I'll port over. Let's give her an apron. I don't need to draw the rest of it, but I want to. Ugh. There. It's just so cute. Alright, so that's Momo complete, but let me save this. And let me open that file real quick because I thought they were super duper cute. Mug designs. Alright, so I did. Oh shoot, what? Really? Oh, that's no good. Apparently I dragged this over instead of duplicating it. This is one I did on the tall mug with the green. The only drawback to the taller 15-ounce mugs is that I only have 4 colors on those. I've got red, blue, kind of a forest greenish, like this color right here, and then black. And so I did a pattern print with the reading. I hadn't put this on a cup yet, so I really like those graphics. Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. But okay, yeah, so distracted. So this one wraps around the mug. That was really cute. This is one I am working on. I want to add hearts and a couple other little graphics, but I wanted to make use of these sticker designs on a mug too. I think it would be really cute. Maybe I'll do like some stripes or something. I don't know. I'm still thinking. And then I did this one for the back to school graphics. I thought this one was really cute. Love all those colors. Turned out really pretty with the red. And then let's see. I also did, let me see, I have 4 designs. Oh, I did the cozy tent. Let me just grab that one. Product templates. Oh, and I did the movie. Okay, hold on. Let me edit this and let me grab a screen of this. And I'll show you the other 2 designs, mock-ups. I would like this side. Oh, so I did this one on the blue. Smaller. And then let me close. And it's the same on the other side. Let me just bring this up. I'll show the middle. Because that one's really just a duplicate. And let me get out of here. And let me bring up this one. This one is so good. All right. Here's the right side. So this is a movie night design. I used the proofs with popcorn, and then I did the movie ticket design that I made on the other side. Where they kind of overlap just a smidge. Let's close that one out. And I may as well show how this one turned out because I thought it was really, these are the first 4 ones that I'm going to launch mock-ups. I don't know, I really like It's not as exciting as a full, you know, color illustration, but I just liked how that pattern and the repeat, just, I don't know, I think it looked and worked out really well. And this is, I'll just do this middle. The other side is the same. You can see this here. And this is the middle. And then let me get over here for this one, back to school. Just a second here, what's going on? Okay. Mock-ups. All right, let's do this. The back to school, the left. Right. And let's just get the middle. Go. All right. Now let me get out of this. All right, there we go. Perhaps. Yeah. That was I really loved that one. And that was difficult for me to figure out with him banging the erasers together. But yeah, that's probably why I'm so proud of that one. Just I got the eraser banging. But yeah, so then I've got Floof in a lunch bag. He's eating a sandwich. And then you can see these two with their ginkgo leaves, and then Coco's coming in on that side. But yeah, I really, really like. I'm gonna get this movie night mug. I'm gonna get a sample of him done. Yeah, I thought that was a really good, strong design. And then this one, I hadn't done anything other than the tote with this Cozy Town. Then I did a sample print of this on a t-shirt, which I've been using for quite a bit as one of my workout shirts. It's so comfy. It's so nice. But yeah, I actually need to push that to the shop, but I'm not quite happy with the colors. I've got it on a sage with the brown print on a sage, and that's really cute, but I was thinking of a couple different colorways I could do. But yeah, this one, yeah, I thought that was really cute. And then I got that one done, and this one, and I'm still trying to figure out that, but since I have 4 designs, I wanted to make sure that I got those pushed. They're a lot of fun. I really love the color inside the mugs, and that it's, you know, echoed on the handle. And they're really, gosh, I think I do still have one of my first mugs I printed was the Evil Coffee Hour, Evil Landlord. She's still going strong, and so are some of my other ones that I like. Gosh, I've got quite a few. The original Momo designs, the heart balloons. They get washed and over and over and over again over the years, and they're still as bright and colorful as they were when I printed them. But yeah, these are just the smidge taller and really good, especially if you put things, if you add things to your tea or coffee or hot cocoa. It gives you a little bit of extra room for that whipped cream or syrup that you want to add in, milk. Yeah, definitely gonna order one of those. I'm gonna order that one too. I'm just gonna order them all. What am I talking about? I'm just gonna order them all. Why not? Not as if there aren't too many mugs in the cupboard already. I'll always make room for another mug. All right. Too hard to choose. No, it is. It is. It's like, I don't know. There's something about mugs and glasses and bowls. I love collecting little little bowls that are like I wouldn't call them sauce bowls, but I do have some of those, and I do actually use those. But that kind of rice bowl type size, that's really just perfect for a little snack or something. And I am a sucker for those. Oh, I forgot to draw her microphone. She needs a microphone. Or does she need a microphone? She probably doesn't need a microphone. Or she could have one of those stupid little road ones with the little poof. One of those things that's like, nah. Alright, let's get this. Oh, that was a little long, but that's alright. Your marks. Get set. Bake! Alright. Now I can go out of this group. But I'll be pushing those designs after stream. I dropped a new featured spot on the shop, and it's going to push the new designs in there as soon as I add them. I got up to stream and I was like, well, I need to start setting up over here, so I'll do those as, I guess while I'm eating my lunch. I'm already planning the next soup to make, and I think it's going to be minestrone. I have let's pop that up front. There we go. I have everything except a couple of ingredients that I'll get today, and this is one that I may add some sausage. I know minestrone is usually the beans and like veggies, but I kind of want to add more protein to it. And I have this chicken sausage. I could do that. I could. And that would be super yummy. Then it wouldn't be minestrone, would it? That was one of my favorite Progresso soups, but then they changed the recipe, and it was not good. That was like my favorite one that I always had. And I always kept it in the cupboard. and it was so good. I'm trying to remember what they changed about the recipe, but I stopped eating it, and I think they removed the filling. Like they took out, I don't want to say 50%, but it was a lot. They like removed all of the beans and all the good stuff, and it was mostly broth at one point, and it just wasn't as good as it was. And I think they just reduced it to, you know, make more profit. But it was such a good soup, and yeah, every now and then I get it and try it again, and it's always a disappointment. But you'd think that they would learn, you know, like, as if history isn't rife from companies trying to make small changes for profit that actually destroy all profits because it changes the product so much that people no longer buy it. I mean, we have so many stories, so many companies that have done that. You'd think they'd learn, but they don't. I mean, it's so simple. They've got the winning recipe, and you don't need to change anything. I think I remember watching, was it Colonel Sanders? I think it was, that he was really particular about his recipe for the Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I think he went head to head with them on stuff they wanted to change, and was, of course, adamant against them changing his recipe. And I think I want to say he won some of the initial battles, but eventually lost because it's, you know, of course, today I'm guessing it's pretty far removed from what the true original recipe was. This floop is ready. I think I need to make them a little bit smaller though, and maybe give a wiggle. Make them a little smaller so I can show more in the frame. Hey Ariana, how are you today? Welcome to the stream. Make these guys a little bit smaller still. I want to show, maybe this one is holding on to a stick of butter. Oops. Oh, good. Happy to hear that. I'm doing pretty good as well. I am almost caught up to Stranger Things. I finished episode 3 last night, so I'm guessing episode 5 will be tonight. Alright, there's the butter. And now I've got to draw the other fluke who's going to have other baking utensils here. I'm enjoying this series so far. I just kind of feel that the whole Vecna thing was retrofitted to kind of close the loop and bring the story to a close. I don't, especially with how the first season went with the Mind Flayer, and I mean, how does that fit in? And how does this giant big bad, I don't even remember, was that a part of Vecna, or that wasn't even, did they even try to explain how the Mind Flayer was related to him or not? Or I don't even remember, but I don't feel that, I don't know. I feel like they sat down and were like, okay, well, we've got to tie all this together and give this, we have half a bridge, we've got to fit in all of these pieces to make the rest of the bridge. And it wasn't with a thought at the beginning before they make the bridge, and it just, I don't know. Maybe it's not the way it was, but it just kind of feels that way. See, yeah, I hear you. I thought yes, they did. It's the first 4 dropped on the 26th of November, and then the last 4 are going to drop like on or just after Christmas. And that's what I was feeling, that it was the same. And this is what irritated me about the Daniel Craig's Bond series. I'm still bitter about Spectre. I have not watched anything past that. I think the only one past it was No Time to Die or whatever, where they actually kill him. But I felt like he was tacked on, and it was just a ham-fisted attempt to connect all these movies together. Casino Royale is one of my absolute favorite Bond films. I've watched that so many times. But I just feel like, I mean, Skyfall was good because I think they had a pretty good villain in there and that whole M dynamic. But I was so irritated throughout the entirety of Spectre because they had this villain that, he didn't have to prove himself. It was just everybody else being afraid of him, and he sticks a thing in his neck. I mean, he just was so underwhelming, and I think they borrowed from villains that Christoph had played in other movies and felt like that would transfer over, and it just doesn't. And I'm the architect of all your pain. Ugh, God. Worst. Sorry. Soapbox. Don't let it irritate you, Ariana, as much as it did me. I don't like... The best Bond villains, establish themselves. Like the one, what was that? It was, Her Majesty's Secrets. No, it's the one where he's got the underground base and it rises up out of the water, and he has his board meeting there and he's feeding some of the people to the sharks. That establishes villainy. And Christopher Lee, Man with a Golden Gun, they established villainy in there, and it was a believable character. But they just had everybody looking on in fear in Spectre, and he's cast in shadow, nobody sees him, but you can tell everybody doesn't like him, everybody's afraid of him. But it just did not pay off in my mind. And of course it probably didn't help that I disliked that Bond girl too. She was always just so grumpy. She was so grumpy in French. That sounds so bad. But she was. I mean, if you hate Bond that much, just go. Don't sit there and grump all. Oh no! Oh no, OBS didn't like that. OBS is a fan of Spectre. It cut me off. It looks like it reconnected though. I've seen the actress in other things though, so I think it was how they wrote her character, because I loved her. There was a remake of Beauty and the Beast, and it was before the Disney one with what's her face, Emma Watson came out, and it was a huge production, lots of CG, beautifully done film, and she was Belle in it. And they did a little bit of a spin on the story that I thought was interesting, and I thought she was really well done on that and did a great job with the role. And also Vincent Cassel was the Beast, so yeah, that was nice. But so I don't think it's like the actress. I think it's how they told her to act it out and how the script was written, and I just think that's a shame when a script and a director waste good people like that. Make you a little bit smaller. All right. You've got to be at the ready too. And I think I wanted to have this one holding like a whisk and maybe an egg. Oops. Okay, obviously I need to make my point size smaller here. What's another, wonder how they're going to revamp the Bond series for the next generation of movies. I don't know. I mean, it's in Amazon's hands now, and I think that, oh god, wasn't there a lady that held on to the rights? I can't remember her name, but I think she finally let go, and now Amazon has full control. I am not optimistic seeing how that they handled Lord of the Rings and what they had there and what they did with it. And that's another soapbox I can just, oof, yeah. Rings of Power was not my happy place, and it's very rare that a movie or a series makes me angry, but that one did. And but yeah, so given how high profile a property is, I don't have much hope, but I would love to see, I mean, they've floated out some really good actors for who could be Bond next. I mean, I'd love to see Henry Cavill. I know at one point they were floating out, oh god, what's his name? He has a really, really awesome voice. He was in Pacific Rim, he was like the dude, not the director dude, but the guy in charge. I always forget his name. Hold on. I think he's too old for the role though, which is a shame, but I mean, that's what they'd probably say. Idris Elba. Oh, I think he'd be a cool Bond. But Henry Cavill as well. I think they'd floated out Tom Hiddleston too, but he's doing the Night Manager, that new series on that, so that might bring him back into the conversation. But I don't know. But it seems like every Bond has brought something different, and so you can pick a favorite, but it's just, I kind of like them, each of them. Well, probably Lazenby. I mean, he only had that. Did he have one? I probably watched his the least, and Timothy Dalton's the least. I grew up on Roger Moore, Sean Connery, Pierce Brosnan. Just, you know, watching those all the time. You know, I promise I haven't been able to watch Rings of Power, but even if I did, I refuse to watch it. Yeah, no, I would not recommend it to anybody. I hate saying that because, you know, it's Lord of the Rings. It's getting people into, you know, that IP. I mean, I'm not as deep into the lore. The books are still on my TV. It's okay. No, it's what irritated me about Rings of Power. So Tolkien wrote kind of like the Fellowship is, you know, kind of a little bit based on his experiences in the war and how, you know, his band of brothers there, how close they became in fighting this battle together. And so that's how you can, you know, you can see echoes of that in the Fellowship and the bonds that they form. And in the very first scene where Galadriel is strongmanning it, leaving her team behind, this team had, according to the narration, been traversing Middle Earth for 300 years looking for Sauron. And it was just, you know, it was her girl bossing all over the place, letting her team be destroyed by the ice troll or whatever it was. And I mean, oh God, she irritated me. It was not Galadriel. It was not Galadriel that it should have been a different series. It should not have been Lord of the Rings because these characters weren't true to anything that, you know, had come before. I guess you'll say that, but yeah. But that irritated me so much. Just treating her team like they were disposable. They're literally saying we can't go any further, you know, through this blinding ice storm, and she still pushes them on until they collapse. And I'm like, that's not a good leader. That's really kind of despicable. But sorry, that was a bit of my soapbox. I grew up with Pierce. Oh gosh, my parents, we went to see GoldenEye in the theater when it came out, and that was my favorite Pierce, I'd have to say. Oh, I do really love the last one he did with Halle Berry and the Ice Castle. That one was so much fun. I loved the battle between him and the kind of minor villain. What's his name? Lau? It wasn't Lau. The guy with the diamonds in his face. They were going head to head with the cars, and like whenever Bond, you know, released a weapon, he would release his version of it, and so they were totally equally matched. It was just good. Actually, a couple of college courses focused on ology. Oh, how cool is that? I'm Remington Steele, even though I was probably too young to be watching it. A lot of girls, yes, definitely. Let's face it, they really weren't allowed to change any canon. They were really just trying to compete with. No, yeah, and I think they only had, if I remember right, they only had access or allowance to use some appendices. I think they didn't have the Silmarillion, and they didn't have Lord of the Rings. They had just like these little pieces. Hey Dee, welcome to the stream. Oh, I was talking about Rings of Power. I was soapboxing a little bit. Alright, let's give this floof an egg. Oh, let's make the egg not... There we go. Maybe he'll have a chance of holding this egg. There we go. I just got a text from my sister, and it looks like we're going to be doing peanut butter balls and peanut brittle when I'm there for Christmas. So that'll be fun. We got our official lessons from my mom, I think, not last year, but the year before. So she won't give recipes unless the recipes come with a lesson. So we got the lesson for all of the candy. Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago. And so we're gonna do some of that this year, which will be fun. I always loved dipping the peanut butter balls. That was my job when Mom would make it when I was little. She would do peanut butter balls, coconut balls, pixies, which are like turtles, and peanut brittle, fudge, and then she would use the leftover chocolate and put Rice Krispies in it to make suckers. And then all of that would go to teachers at the church, or pretty much everybody at the church, because she was initially the director of the school program there, and then she was more admin, like kind of one step down from the pastor there. And so it was, she put together boxes for all of the people there, and so we make a lot of candy for Christmas seasons. You guys are almost done here. I have you grouped, and I did not bring in your table here, so I'm going to cut this. And I'm going to go back into this group. But yeah, so my job was, the chocolate, you melt it and then you temper it, and then you can, which is like the little shavings, and you put that in, mix it, and then it's ready to actually do dipping. And then you do the little dippers, and gosh, it was, I'm trying to remember how much chocolate she'd get, but there was a certain shop that it no longer exists, but I believe it was called the Sugar Plum Fairy shop. And that was where she was able to order her chocolate and get the molds for the stick suckers, the sticks, and all of the other stuff. And I think that's because the only thing she didn't make was the filling for the coconut balls. That was a coconut dough that she would get separate from the other stuff. So she'd make the peanut butter balls and make the caramel, make all that good stuff, but it was the coconut that she just got the dough from. And I honestly can't remember if she got that dough. I think it would be the same place. But when I was little, my favorites were the coconut balls. And then later, I really liked the peanut butter balls. Yeah, I still like the coconut balls, but yeah, that was always fun to do the dipping. But yeah, no, it really is. It's cool. And that, she did that with the pierogi too. And I think that was really, those are the majors. Whoops. Get it over here. Right. Let's group. Is that about the same? Hey, yeah, I got it. So I'm going to make this. I need to actually write the text in. Get shut. Huh? That's too big. And now this speech bubble seems kind of ridiculous. It's okay. It's okay. We'll make it work. Or just scooch it down just a smidge. There we go. Alright. And now I'm going to do my tail pointing off screen because that's where Miss Cocoa Bean is. Whoops. Let's get this a little bit further. There we go. Oh. There we go. Carefully. Ooh, I need to scooch in here and get this little guy. There we go. And now, oh, can I really go in that close and get this? Oh no, he's right on the edge. Okay. Move him a little bit away. Go. Right. Boop. I think the first time we did caramel too. I think our first attempt at caramel was more like a Werther's original than the chewy caramels. It was a little bit tough, and I think the difference is I think it's temperature and how long it's at a certain temperature, and it's just the margin is really tight. I think probably the most fun and the most difficult, I would say, is the peanut brittle. And that is difficult in that you have to stretch it after this, molten lava. You make it on the stove. You've got maybe a couple minutes that you can stretch it before it solidifies. And so I know the candy makers have those special gloves. Maybe they just are really garden gloves or something. It's the silicone that protects your hands against the heat, but we don't have those. So stretching it was the pan heated up pretty fast, and then it gets to a certain point where you can actually stretch it and not, melt your fingers off the bone, but kind of, sort of, they do. But that one's a lot of fun. I feel like it's easier than caramel, but if you turn your back, and this was actually this was learned through trial by fire, I guess you can say. I decided to make peanut brittle once when I was it was elementary school. I don't think it was junior high, but I had experience because I had done it, with Mom, while with Christmas, and I just wanted to make it one afternoon. And so I was making it, and the last two ingredients you add are baking soda and vanilla. And I did not remember that the baking soda and vanilla adding at the end causes the peanut brittle to just explode like a volcano. You have to stir it constantly. And so I added the last two ingredients and turned my back. And then when I turned back, the peanut brittle had gotten all over the oven, the stovetop, and it was an electric stovetop, so it had those heating elements, and so the peanut brittle had gone all over those heating elements. It was too hot for me to get off of even the cold elements, so I had to wait for it to dry and cool off before I could chip it off and take this peanut brittle like cement off of the stove. So yeah, I learned that one pretty deeply, that you do not turn your back on peanut brittle. And if you keep on stirring it, it's not that big of a deal, but if you don't stir it, you turn your back, it just blew everywhere. There's that. And then let's go. These guys are going to be running, so maybe I'll just, instead of doing the fast feet, I'll have them floating above like they just leapt into action. Alright, so this hand was holding the spatula, and this one has the butter. I got the butters. I got the mix. Okay, this butter needs to be actually on his paw. Alright, I have failed at the butter mission. Let's just try this butter mission again. No, it's a little bit long. There we go. Butter. Alright. And then I need to draw your spatula or a rubber scraper. I always call it a spatula, but apparently it's a rubber scraper. Let's group this. And let's move this. And I'll angle this a little bit. Like maybe it's tucked in his arm like that. Alright, and then I just need... Oh, maybe is this floof the right size? Oh, he's a little bit big. You can float higher above. Alright. And now I just need the booty of this other one. And I cut, oops. Her feeding appendix, right. There we go. I needed to turn off my little foot heater. Hey Kathy, welcome to the stream. We are doing a Great British Bake Off, or Very Great Bake Off. I think that's the parody name I picked for it. Oh, this is a lot of booty. Let's see. Let's do. Okay, this floof had a whisk. Let's kind of do that, and then I need. Let's see. I want to draw some of the floof, so. But he's running off screen. Oh, big yawn. Yeah. Scratchies. Pushing her, she kind of pushes her, she does that when you scratch your chin, and then her whiskies go forward. It's really cute. Hold on just a second. All right, there we go. I need to draw this blue. Let's just draw them completely, and then I'll erase as I need. This one would be like, come on, let's go. Just see that little edge. I want the hearts to be popping out and kind of falling back. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe just one is enough. Don't need all of this blue, I just need that little bit. There we go. And I need to do the fake. Bang. Sure, my little line is about right there. Right. Okay, this is a little wonky here. Maybe I should just bring this over like this and erase this end. Kind of think that's a better way to go about it. There we go. Oops, did a little bit too much. That's too much. You're being kind of finicky. All right, that's fine. Let's try this. And then I can connect these two, because these two will be the same size. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna do it this way. Oops. Do it a little longer. Alright. That should be okay, even though that's kind of weird. Let's move that up just a little bit. There we go. Now, boop, boop, boop. And a boop. Nope, a boop. There we go. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. And I did not group. Oh, I did group, but I beat. Now the question is, I think I'm gonna have to keep this separate forward. And then I'm gonna have to keep this separate and just have them floating on top. Let's cut this. And then I'm gonna get in this group, paste that in front. I'm doing my subtraction. Excellent. Oh, I forgot bake, didn't I? Darn it. Alright, let's grab bake. That's X. And let's go here. And now I can erase, erase, erase. There we go. And this can be grouped with this. And oops, this is not where it should be. Alright, now I can group stuff. Okay. And that's sitting on top, which is good. And that's sitting on top, which is also good. Alright. That's done. Go in here, and I'm going to move these guys out. Oops. This is going to be easy on this right here because it's just flour floofing into the air, eggshells, a measuring cup, and two tops like a flour bag and a sugar bag, and then they're presenting their I'll draw the sugar bags first, or rather the flour. There we go, and just kind of mess that up a little bit. I'm going to group these flour and sugar bags, and then I'm going to just do some nice little clouds. Maybe not there. And let's group these guys together to make it easier on me later. Oh, that's all one. Great. Excellent. This will be a lowercase floof. And I'm going to make it smaller. And I need to have little paws kind of flying around here and there. Like that's going to be a floof paw. And I wanted to have a floof paw here, but I really like this little loopy. So maybe I'll make this smaller. And then I'll do the paw down here. And then I wanted to have some eggshells. Some fragments of egg shell. Oh. Group these guys together too. And then let's see, I need more debris in the air. It's going to be a cloud of flour and sugar and action. Hi, Tux. Why, hello. Come here. Come here. Well, I can't get to you when you're like that, and I don't want to roll. Here we go. Come here. Oh, come here. Oh. Here we go. We've got Tuxie today. I don't have water over there. It's over there. I don't have water over there. It's over here. Oh. Nope. Okay. That was a nope. You can't have this water. It's in a can. And you can't have that water either. What are you doing? I showed you where it was. Well, that was a brief Tuxie moment. Oh, I think he just wanted the... Nope, he doesn't want that either. He doesn't like closed doors. He really doesn't. He objects strongly. And my little barn door out here I close for when I'm streaming. And he strongly objects. Kind of funny. That's a really... That measuring cup would not do. I'm gonna make this a little bit less. Don't trust measurements out of that cup. That's a little bit not right. Well, this one's all right. Still not quite what I'm looking for. Let's just go back to the beginning here. It's almost. There, just a little more gentle with that line. I think is what I needed. And then maybe this guy can kind of fly like that. He's been tossed. And maybe I'll have the edge of a butter wrapper over here. Are you coming back? Did you decide that water was sufficient? No. I just want lovies, but you don't want me to pick you up. Rubbing his gums over everything. Alright, this one's done. Come on. There we go. And let's move over to this. Let's hit save. I don't know where he's going to. Oh, there he is. Alright. haven't decided what their creation is going to be. I can't wait to draw this expression on Boot though. She's like, he's not sure. Really? What are you doing? What are you doing, Mr. Whiskers? That's all of the dish that I'm gonna need. And I think I'll go ahead and group it with these guys. He's got quite a belly, but that's okay. Oh, see, you're coming back for the water. Knew you would. He likes to play hard to get. I need to bring his ear up a little bit more. Don't you dare think of jumping up there. Okay. So whatever it is, it's going to be here. And he's going to be like, look at what we made. Look at this. I want to have some, maybe some like little decorations, like maybe there's a leaf here and maybe there's like a sucker here or something, just kind of random bits and pieces off of this creation. So I need this first. Alright. We need to commit to this, whatever this is. So let's, maybe it's a layered dessert that is Oh, there it was. I was like, what am I doing over here? All right. Yeah, in the last season there was I didn't feel like there was much of a question of who would be the winner. If you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it, but it's been out for like a while, so. All right, let's see. Doing some layers here. Let me just make a separate group of this mess. I kind of like the swirly mess though, so maybe I might incorporate my sketch into this a bit more. Right, there's a group, and let's come in here. Maybe do some layers, but also some, the icing is, there's lots of icing, but it's kind of globby and glooping down. They always want to put like elements of nature and things, so maybe they've got a little tree branch in here. And maybe I'll do the lollipop because I did like that idea. And it can be a swirly lollipop. This isn't quite as messy as I think it needs to be though. Maybe if I put more twigs. And leaf bits. That may be more goop. Maybe I'm going to take out those guys. No, darn it. How about the icing is kind of just down there like that. We still have some layers of this cake. We're not really sure what it is. I'll put something else here. Maybe I'll have like a piece of a strawberry here. Oops, a second ago. Alrighty, there we go. There we go. Okay, that's looking pretty rough. Maybe let's do, whoops. Do some sort of a fan accessory here. Like maybe they tried to get fancy on us. I know I didn't need all of that, but I can totally erase all of that. And even some of the Floop's arm here. And let's get this. I'm gonna have to zoom way in, I think. Need to grab that. And let's go down to the edge of this confection. Erase that. And let's erase that. And I'm not sure what that is. Okay, that's the edge of the dish. And then I have a dish edge here. And then I have Floop's arm here, which is going to be blocked by this little extra bit. Should be alright, but I think I'll just go ahead and fill in those spots. There we go. Almost. No, let's make Momo her own group, because I'm going to put these guys looking at have your ears a little bit forward. I think I'm going to redo this one. So she's going to be not certain what to do with this. I need to make this a little bit better. Let's fix this. Not quite sure that this is how I want her face to go. I think her body is a little bit too big. We're just going to erase all of this. I think I need to put her ear over here because she is looking down. So let's just do this. And then that's going to make this... Oh, okay, her ears are almost up. These to be with the curve of her head, but I'm having a little issue here. Let's erase this and see how I did. Probably not the best, but I think it'll be better than it was before. Alright. Now, probably need to make her bigger, because I made her smaller. Her whiskers are kind of weird. Just a second. Alrighty. Still thinking about Baby Kraken hanging on to Momo? Yes, yes. I'll put him. Baby Kraken can be I need to do this a better way. Needs to be looking at it. I need to put his little pot handle here. Or maybe the pot handle can go here. It's like I can't look. I can't look. Oh, oh no. Whoops. I need to have the rest of her body here and her arm. This is going to be interesting to put all together with everything overlapping. That seems a little big. Okay. Like they're trying to figure out what to say to be supportive or whatever as they're looking at it. And they're just so pleased. I think the problem is I kind of have to raise these guys up a little bit so we see a little bit more of what's going on here. And then I'll erase little bits around the edges of this, or maybe I'll make them in a little bit of a darker color, sorry, a lighter color on their line art. Momo has an apron on. And then I need to have Coco in here too. Maybe I'll just have them meld together a little bit. All of that stuff I was trying to figure out how to draw, I won't need. Let me go ahead and group Coco together so I can, because I think I'm going to place her on the layer above Momo, and that means I won't have to deal with any of that over there, but I need to get her whiskers right. And let's redraw this face line a little bit, and actually I need to redraw the All right, let's move out of that group and let me grab this bit over here, deselect her, and make sure I've got that. This, wait, what did I miss? Oh, I've got a lot of stuff. Adjust her little whisker here. Maybe that'll clean that up. All right, let's move back. Take these out. There we go. Wonder. It's on the wrong layer. I should just take out, although I could probably move this up and move the, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this so I'll do this, the true sparklies at the end. Come on, just let me have it. Let me have it. Let me have it. Come on, let me have it. There, darn it. Okay. All right, we're gonna group this. I'm gonna move it down. Move this up. Little bit, or maybe I'll put a little bit over here like he's holding on it multiple places. Like, don't let it get me, Momo. All right, that'll be that one. And then the last will be is just a baby. He is a baby. He's scared. He's scared. All right, so I'm going to leave that frame for the last, and I'll just finish the line art off stream, and I'm going to go get some lunch, and but yeah, I think this will be really cute. It won't take me too long to do this. It's just the standard Granny Bear desk, monitor, keyboard, and then Boop is going to have, I'm going to have fun drawing this Boop's expression. And but yeah, I think this will be a fun one. I enjoyed, whoops, that was my heater, coming back to this series, and I think I'll have several more ideas for additional episodes. I need to do more Meowzillas as well. All right, let me hit save there. All right. And let me go ahead and go over to my ending screen. There we go. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day too, and a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Sharon, Ariana, Kathy, Dee, my lurkers. Always enjoy your company and chat. And I'll be back on Tuesday with more drawing, and I hope to see you again next time. Have a great rest of your day.